Welcome back. This is Weeknights. We are back once again.
For another one.
Another one. I am JD, aka He Who Pods, aka Rearview Mirror. Specs on today.
And I am Dash, aka Dashing D, aka I'm the real king of R&B.
Oh, Vamoose has retired, huh?
Because Vamoose, I gotta actually be really physical when I say Vamoose, and it's not sustainable.
I understand.
It's all about sustainability.
Sustainability. Talk to him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what are we talking about today? Let me see.
Ooh, we got a few things to talk about. You want to talk
Why don't you
about
Why don't you tell us about the Alec Baldwin reality show?
Okay, so I don't know too much about it. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
Oh,
However, apparently Alec Baldwin and Hilaria Baldwin, his wife, who is from Boston but pretends she's from England or somewhere.
what?
Yes, this came out during the pandemic. That this woman goes around pretending she's European, like actually European, and has a European accent, but
So she be talking like
from
Peppa Pig for no reason?
she's from Boston. Why? Okay, this is why I'm so conflicted about this idea of the two of them doing a reality show, because obviously it's gonna be them and the kids and the family and whatever. I mean, the Baldwins are really popular. His entire family is popular, so it makes sense. Like, to me, before he caught a case, this would have made complete sense to me. It seems like they're shopping it around. I don't know if it's actually official quite yet, but they're they're looking to do a reality show. But that's why she's fascinating to me, because I think it would be hilarious to hear Hilaria with her.
Oh, this report says it's coming out in 2025.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
And it's going to be on TLC.
Perfect place for it. I think it will be fascinating to watch. I don't know. I'm conflicted because I know that Alec Baldwin has had legal troubles recently with the gun that went off on set, and that whole thing. And I just kind of feel like this felt very much like an incident where you it's time for you to lay low.
I would think so. Usually anytime I have an involuntary manslaughter case going, I lay low.
Right. But also I could totally see a production company saying, well, this is television. This is great
Yeah,
television.
I'm being an asshole.
So no, but I don't think you're wrong. I just think that, what we find entertaining is, usually sick and twisted in some way. So
In this country, for sure.
yeah. Yeah, when I say we, I mean in general. So it's a little strange to me that this would be the choice right now, especially a reality show where it kind of it leaves you to a lot of exposure. You can control it to a certain degree. He's Alec Baldwin. I'm sure he has executive producer credits, and I'm sure that he's going to be very much involved, but you're only involved to a certain extent. That production company still owns the footage. So
That's right.
I think it's an interesting choice for him right now, but I also think this will probably be very funny, very interesting to watch. I think we've seen in the past with reality television, it often works when it's a celebrity and their kids, and you're kind of getting
Right. The at-home life.
yeah, you're getting insight into their lives in a way that you would never have access to them. Sylvester Stallone did it recently. He has a reality show with his daughters and his
Oh,
wife
okay.
on Paramount Plus. And that seems to have done well. I think it came back for at least one more season after the first season. I watched a few episodes. I didn't watch it for a long time. I think I'm kind of aging out of some of that content, so it doesn't appeal to me the way it used to. Um,
Okay.
but I still think they have something. Like I think this could be really interesting. Imagine your stepmom um is from Boston, but she pretends to be from London or wherever.
And anytime she pissed me off, I'd be like, "Shut up, Peppa Pig!
It's
Shut up!"
so good. So
Or I would just walk in with the fake accent. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, since you do fake accents, let me just, you pissing me off. All right. I don't want
exactly.
to go to my room today.
Right. But also, are we gonna get like a Justin Bieber cameo? Like, is that gonna happen? Like, there's so many things that can happen on this reality show.
What Justin Bieber got to do with anything?
Justin Bieber is married to Haley Baldwin. Haley
Oh,
Bieber is Haley Baldwin. She's one
got
of the
it.
Baldwin kids. I don't remember which one. I don't remember who her dad is, but one of the Baldwin brothers is her father.
Got it.
Yeah. So
I don't ever know these things.
right, but there's so many of them. There's what are there? Is it three brothers or four brothers? I can't even remember. But you know all of them. You've seen all of them. You watch movies and you watch television. They're all actors.
Let me look.
Look it up.
Let me look. Let me look.
There's Alec. I don't know why I draw a blank sometimes. Sometimes I can remember all of their names, and right now I'm like, there's Alec and Alec. He's Alec is
Okay.
probably the most famous Baldwin, but you know
Three
the other
of the
brothers.
four brothers appear in the Oliver Stone film Born on the 4th of July. There is,
Is it
this
Patrick?
is confusing, Stephen, William, Daniel, Alec.
Yeah, but you know them.
Okay.
You know them.
Oh,
You
okay.
know. Well, we could off pod. I could find all the instances where you've seen one of them, but yes, you know them. You know at least.
I definitely know three of the four. One of them, I'm like,
I
I
was
don't know
just
if I
about
know
to
you.
say you probably know three of them, and there's
Yeah.
probably maybe one that you don't know as much.
Yeah. I'm looking here at a picture of all four of them, and there's one of them that I'm like, I don't know if I know you.
And one of them is Haley's daddy.
Got it. Okay.
Hmm.
Well
So
then.
maybe we'll get like a Bieber baby shower, you know, little snippet, because they've got a baby on the way.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah, all the hot tea.
Yep. Listen, I'm not gonna watch it, but I think this is interesting. I
Hmm.
agree, it's an interesting time to be recording a reality show for Mr. Baldwin, Alec. Uh, I don't think it's the smartest of moves, but hey, I'm not the one with a case pending, so it don't really matter what I say. I agree. There's probably TLC was probably like, oh yes, this is the perfect time. Yes, we wanna get the cameras rolling right now.
Right.
Yes,
We want to follow you to court.
right. See what's going on over there.
Yeah.
Get that live footage. So
And I wonder if that's why it's slated to come out in 2025, just in case they need to scrap it.
or in case they know that the trial is going to happen this year.
Right. That's
And
why.
so they can take that footage, dice it up, and put it out early next year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. well, speaking of dicing things up,
Hmm.
let's talk about another person who's dicing things up. Hannibal Buress.
They said we got to give context before we laugh.
Okay, my bad. Um, Hannibal Buress is rapping under the alias Eshu Tune, and he's got a song out, and it's called "I Lift Weights."
Yep, that's what it's called, and that's what he says.
Yes, and
Hmm.
it's funny. It's comedic. Um,
Apparently, he's been rapping since 2022. He's been rapping under this pseudonym since
got it.
2022. He performs like as a rap artist, as a music artist.
He's got his own Instagram page with 13,000 followers.
Yeah, when you Google Eshu Tune, I mean, there's videos and like it says he's an artist. It's a whole bit. If y'all don't know who Hannibal Buress is, I mean, he's an actor slash comedian, um,
Slash rapper.
slash rap. I lift weights. I lift weights. I lift weights.
I had no idea this existed until yesterday.
I didn't either. This is fascinating to me.
It's wild. He's got like the fake muscle suit on in the video. It's white, even though he's a dark skinned black guy. Um, that's clearly intentional. It's funny. But I do like on the positive side, it's promoting, healthy lifestyle. He's got his blender and he's talking about creatines and proteins. And, it's silly, but it's promoting good health. So I'm not mad at it.
You're not gonna play a little snippet for the people?
No, it's not going to come out anyway.
Fine.
Y'all could go look it up. He didn't pay us for this ad. We just think it's interesting.
This is true. Yeah, I just the most bizarre thing I've heard for the week so far is that Hannibal Buress is a rapper and he's acting under another name, which is not uncommon, but it's just
No, I'm about to say
we
Childish
just didn't
Gambino,
know.
Donald Glover.
Right. We just didn't know.
We didn't. But I feel like if Donald Glover could have a whole music career as Childish Gambino, then Hannibal Buress could do it too. Like, let him rock.
Yeah.
Let him live.
Let him live. Let
Let
him
him live.
lift weights.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, let him live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would
Yeah,
you go see Eshu Tune live performance?
for free, yes. For free,
Uh,
I could be persuaded to do a lot of things. Don't shake your head. No, no, because you knew the answer to that question. You know I was not going to say that I was going to pay to go
I
see
didn't
Eshu
know.
Tune.
That's why I
No,
was
you did
asking.
know.
I
You did know. How
had
dare
no
you? Would you
idea.
pay to go see Eshu Tune?
Maybe. Who else is on the lineup? Like, how much is
See,
the ticket?
no,
All
by
those things. I
himself.
think it depends. How much is the concert ticket, and who else is on the lineup?
If some, if okay, how much are you willing to pay
Not
for
answering.
just Hannibal Buress?
I got a smooth 50 for him. You know what I mean?
But I was gonna say if it's over $25, I don't know.
There's no. All right, no problem. There's no concert that's under $25 unless it's like some free summer stage joint. You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking. And Summer
Summer
Stage
stage.
is not even that cheap. But
Summer stage is free.
okay, let's talk about that off pod because let's talk about that.
Summer stage is not free anymore.
I don't know. Let's talk about that off pod though
All right.
because I was looking something up and then I was like, It took me to Ticketmaster.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I don't want to get. I don't want to give misinformation. So I didn't dive too deep into that. So we can talk about it off pod.
Well, something I want to dive deep into
Yeah.
are these Apple updates.
I don't know why. It's none of your business. It's literally none of your business.
Oh man, I saw these updates and I couldn't wait to come up here and talk about them.
I know,
You
and I
know.
don't understand why. Like, we didn't ask you to come over.
Well, y'all over there making announcements, so I thought there were some
Y'all.
interesting things to discuss. So let's talk about it. Apple has dropped some new updates via iOS 18, which will include features that will allow you to lock and hide apps. But wait, that ain't all. Not only will you be able to lock and hide apps, you can now erase background objects from your photos using the cleanup feature. Your face is priceless right now.
Because I feel like some of the updates are childish. Like, I feel like they're not meant for me. They're meant for like a teenager who's trying to like hide things from their parents, and it's weird. But that's just me.
Context first. Let's finish telling them about the updates.
Sure.
Uh, there's also a feature that will permit you to record and take notes on phone calls. I'm gonna get back to that in just a second.
Right, because
Let's
that's
keep.
not even. Anyway, go ahead, please.
You can now personalize photos from your photo library for chat conversations. I don't even really understand why that's an update, but anyway.
It's almost like a memoji, but it's weird. It's like a cross between a memoji and a bitmoji. That's what it looked like
And
to me.
and the best update of all,
Hmm.
if you're using the Apple Pencil, you could write down a problem and it will be solved immediately via math notes.
I don't even know what an Apple Pencil is.
It's the one of these, but for Apple.
I don't have one of those.
What's it called? A stylizer or something?
A style? How old are you?
Wasn't that what it was called?
A stylist? You
Stylus?
you sound older than you should. A stylizer? That sounds like something my parents would say.
I'm
like
old.
like whenever my parents for a long time, they don't really do it anymore, but for a long time, whenever one of my parents would want to say send a text message, they would always say send an email.
All right. Well, a stylus. That's what
A
it is.
stylizer.
Whatever. I don't know what the hell. Now it's not even called that. Mine is called the S Pen, and y'all is called the Apple Pen.
Pencil.
Pencil. Oh, tomato, tomato, man.
I mean, you said it.
You're right. No, you're right. Well.
I'm just trying to fall in line, but
All right. So these are the Apple updates that were announced. As an Apple user, tell us how you feel about these updates.
Apple, I haven't edited photos or video on your device through through the iOS system in years. I don't care about being able to remove something from a photo background because as a content creator, I am never using your user interface to edit my photos and video. That's the first thing. That's just me.
That's just number one, huh?
That's just me. All of the
Tell us
other
how you really
things,
feel.
the notes thing is weird because you're not
Notes
technically, and I
and
know
recording phone calls.
notes and recording phone calls is weird because you're not technically supposed to do that in a number of states, including the one that I live in. So I don't understand. Like, you would have to look up, it sounds crazy, but you would have to look up wiretapping laws in your state to
Yeah.
figure out if this is even. So my guess is that it's probably not going to be available to everyone. It's probably going to be available to people who can do it, or they're going to put some sort of permission in there, because right now as it stands, which I always get upset when I think about this, but I'll never forget trying to record a podcast episode using FaceTime and recording the entire episode and getting to the end of it and realizing there is no audio. And the reason there was no audio is because when you live in the state of New York, you cannot record someone without their consent. So when you try to record a FaceTime call, when you try to screen record it, you have to actually give the app permission to record the audio.
Yeah.
So my
So
guess is that
Google,
that's what they'll do with this new feature.
so Google allows you to record phone calls if you
Mm-hmm.
use Google Voice. But what happens is the call must already be active, and it makes an announcement that says this
This is
call
being
is now
recorded.
being recorded.
Yeah,
So maybe that's what they're gonna do,
right.
where once you do it, it'll say this call is being recorded.
Right. Because I think the way it works in certain states is that if two people are consenting, it's okay. But there are laws that say that if only one person consents, it's not enough. Whereas in other states, there are laws that say if one person consented, it is enough. So you just, I mean, I don't know how frequently people will be using this. I guess it depends on what you do with your phone. Um, because maybe it is helpful. Like when we pre-pod, maybe it's helpful to like record what we're saying so that we remember it, right? Like something like that, I would think you would use that for. But also, I've got fingers that work and can just type out.
Well, now you can take notes.
Right. So I don't know. I'm not really sure why that is necessary, but okay.
And
Um,
then, hiding your apps. I
and
don't. You thought about teenagers. I thought about cheating ass cheaters.
Well, cheating ass cheaters are going to figure out how to cheat regardless of whether they hide the apps or not. You can also, at this point, you can have an app and it not be visible. You
Yeah.
know, I think what this is allowing you to do is actually put the app away the way you can hide photos. Put the app away somewhere in a secret place, and it'll you'll have to use biometrics to get into it to be able to access the app.
But
So
people have found the workaround for that, by the way.
which I'm sure they have. I know people do all kinds of stuff like, oh, my man is sleeping. Let me hold his phone up to his face and
Yeah. Just put your finger right on there.
put your finger on it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So the snoopers are gonna snoop regardless. They're gonna
Yep.
figure out ways. But I mean, I guess if this is something you're looking for, but I thought more like teenagers who don't want their parents to know that they have certain apps on their phones, stuff like that. So I don't know. I just really don't. To me, these are not updates that I particularly needed. But if
You wasn't looking forward to these?
no, because also I'm grown,
All right.
and
And not cheating.
I was just about to say I'm single, but when I'm in a relationship, I make a commitment, so it's not like I'm out there cheating. So
What?
there
Are you
was
serious? You mean to tell me you're not finding a sneaky link to cheat with?
no,
Oh,
no,
come on,
that's
Dash.
not that's not what I'm into. So Um, yeah, I wouldn't have anything to hide. That's why I'm like, to me, it's weird. It's like, oh, like when you hand a person your phone and they take your phone, like, who are you handing your phone to that you're worried that they're going to be looking through your apps? And I don't know, listen, maybe I know I get a little skittish when I'm around my nieces. So maybe when you're around children, you want to make sure that everything is kept clean. Um, so I'll say that, like, I make sure, never,
All right.
I make sure that I conceal any content that needs to be concealed. Like, if I know I'm going to be around the kiddos, I make sure that I put the content away that needs to be put away. So that if they do take my phone and they're like, oh, can I take a picture of this? And they start scrolling through photos and things like that, they won't find anything that's egregious
Got it.
two minors. So
On
yeah.
Samsung, or I think all Android devices, because I only have Samsung, but there are other Android devices,
Mhm.
despite what Apple users believe. Um,
Well, what do
we
Apple
can
users believe? Yo, you be firing the shots at Apple users. What do Apple users believe? That there's only one phone?
that there's only that there's only there's only Android. That is one thing. There's mad companies that use the Android operating system.
Oh yeah. I mean, I thought that was just common knowledge.
Apparently not. But I
Okay.
was gonna say we can just, I don't know about y'all, but if we swipe up on our camera while our phone is locked, it doesn't show you any pictures that were taken before. It
Yeah.
only the pictures that are currently taken.
Yeah.
So even
iPhones,
if I take a couple of pictures right now, you'll only be able to see the three
the
pictures
pictures
I
you took.
just took.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Our phones do that too.
yeah, so there's nothing really to hide there if you're, smart about how you do things.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, people, you can put apps in secret folders. I don't know why you need to completely hide your apps, but if you do, there's all type of secret folder apps that you could use. And on our phones, we can just create a secret folder. So I don't know. This is weird to me. I think all these updates are weird. And who's using a pen for their math equations today? Just want to know. Who's using a stylus to do their math equations and needs automatic answers? Because the calculator is on all the devices today.
Well, I was gonna say that again, I thought of children. It's not that I don't do math. I do math every day for work. But I thought of children and I thought to myself, but they're gonna get their devices confiscated.
Yeah.
Like for using this type of technology. I know even during tests, a lot of times they have to take, if they have on Apple Watches, they have to take them off
Yeah.
because they can access certain features, certain iOS features from their watches. So this to me, I just feel like Apple, what you selling us bullshit? Is that what you
Again,
selling us a bowl of bullshit?
again,
Because what did you do for me? What did you do for me?
nothing. But I'm sure they'll release it in a new color because they love doing that for y'all.
I don't care about that. My phone is black. My phone is black.
They like to do that though. After they drop the new phone, they be like, "Wait a minute, y'all. 6 months later, you guessed it, in cobalt blue. You never thought it was coming.
I have
You
not had a
never thought it
phone in
was
a
coming.
color in like a
Cobalt
decade.
blue. We got one new color for y'all. Don't
The,
worry.
the day they said the
Cobalt blue.
phone could just be black, I said, sign me up for the black phone. Because
Ridiculous.
you go ahead and you go get the lime green phone, and then like 6 months later, you're like, why the hell did I get this lime green phone?
And like my boy Dre likes to say, who cares
Mhm.
what color your phone is? You're putting a case on it anyway.
I was just about to say the same thing that
Mhm.
it doesn't even matter.
My phone could be pink and you'd never know. Like,
Right,
because you're
right.
gonna put a case on it anyway. Unless you put a clear case on it, but that's not really what people do.
I mean, I've done the clear case, but I over the black phone.
There you go.
Yeah, so I don't know. Good luck to everyone on their future endeavors. I hope you enjoy removing things out of your photos. I've been doing that for years. Like I just don't. Some of this stuff is like remedial as far as I'm concerned. Like Apple, we found ways to do this shit y'all been doing where y'all been holding on to features.
Yes, tell them. Go get
that
them. Get them,
other
Dad.
that other tech geniuses said, hey, you know what we could just do? We could just create an app. Since Apple won't release the feature, we'll just create an app for the convenience of Apple users to do this. I need Apple for the phone. I don't really need Apple for much else. Like I'm not trying to, I don't want to go too hard. Like sure, should they continue to improve their devices? Absolutely. But I just feel like this didn't need to be like a whole big announcement. Y'all could have just rolled this out and we would have been fine.
Or just not even bother.
or not
'Cause who-
even bother.
like,
Because
are y'all gonna use these features? Like,
well, I won't, but I do think there are people who will use it, and that's why I said like I think it's gonna be a game changer for the young people. I think it's gonna be a game. They're gonna be like, "Hi, Dad. My mom said I could not use Snapchat. You know what I'm about to do? Download Snapchat and hide it." I mean, I think that one is obvious. Um, the photo edits. I hate editing Apple photos. Hate editing photos in the photo app.
gotcha.
Yeah, it's not. I've tried
You
even
can say it's
recently.
ass. It's okay.
And I'm just
You
feel
don't
like
gotta be nice. You can say it's ass. It's all right.
I just feel like this is not okay. This is not. But maybe because also when you try other features, now you're like, oh, this is easier over there. I don't know, but what are you gonna do?
What I'm gonna do is get up out of here.
Me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. We appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.